Welcome back to this Hannity special, the 2020 election. At this week's Democrat presidential debates, radical Democrats unleashed on the hot-button issue of abortion. Watch this.
Let's also not forget someone in the trans community, a trans female, is poor doesn't mean they shouldn't have the right to exercise that right to choose. And so I absolutely would cover the right to have an abortion.
I would make certain that every woman has access to the full range of reproductive health care services, and that includes birth control, it includes abortion, it includes everything for a woman.
First of all, let me tell you this. It didn't come up here, but let's face this. Medicare for all guarantees every woman in this country the right to have an abortion if she wants it.
Meanwhile, Hollywood liberals continue to prop up Democratic Party policies. And on Fox and Friends, legendary actor Jon Voight responded to a Twitter attack from radical actress Alyssa Milano, who's been leading the call for Hollywood to boycott the state of Georgia over its fetal heartbeat abortion law. Watch this.
Come at me, Alyssa. Alyssa, come at me. I'm ready. Darling Alyssa, God bless you. But, you know, I pray God sends his light of truth on all those with no truth about the Republicans and about our president, you know, and may God bless America.
Joining us now with reaction is Trump 2020 campaign National Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany and Daily Caller reporter Kerry Picket. Kayleigh, I'll go to you first. Alyssa Milano criticizing Jon Voight. That's kind of a joke in and of itself. I mean, she was in, what is it, Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, and he won an Academy Award. I thought he handled it quite well. But I guess my question to you is more, does Hollywood really matter anymore? Clearly, it didn't help Hillary in the 2016 election.
No, Hollywood doesn't matter. In fact, I think if anything, it's a curse for a candidate because everyday hardworking men and women look and they say, Alyssa Milano is going to tell me what to do. I mean, this is the woman who said that women should have a sex strike because of a fetal heartbeat bill that says you keep a living baby with a heartbeat alive. And because of that bill, women everywhere should have a sex strike. I can tell you this, women everywhere, everyday women, listen to her, tune her out. She doesn't matter, nor does Hollywood. They are a joke. So please endorse the Democratic nominee, as I'm sure they will.
You know, Kerry, I brought this up multiple times on the show tonight. What focus group has given the Democrats the absolutely awful advice that abortion up to the 9th month of pregnancy is a winner outside of maybe certain enclaves in New York, California, and in Illinois? It's absurd. I mean, what happened to safe, legal, and rare? It seems to have gone out the window.
So true, Dan. And think about this. Right after Ralph Northam, governor of Virginia, made his absurd comments that about post-birth abortions, Democrats began to get a little scared. They didn't want to talk about it, and they explicitly steered away from it during the debates. However, that doesn't mean that a little crazy didn't come out, specifically out of Julian Castro, about the trans community being able to have abortions. I think they're calling it now reproductive justice. But still, they now want to repeal the Hyde Amendment, which means that federal taxpayer dollars would actually go towards abortions. They want to make sure that they vilify all these states that ended up passing these heartbeat bills. So still, you have a number of Democrats who want to make sure that they don't make the same mistake that Hillary Clinton made back in 2016 when she said that she would support abortion all the way up through the 3rd trimester.
Kayleigh, this cannot play well in swing states here. I mean, when you look at one-issue voters, people who vote on one issue, you see basically firearms, Second Amendment, and abortion. This is not going to look good for the Democrats once these primaries are over, this radicalism on abortion.
Oh, you're right. You know, this motivates the Republican base immensely. But more than that, it motivates 85% of Americans. When you look at who supports abortion until birth, which was passed in New York and celebrated with a sick standing ovation in the New York Senate chamber, and they lit One World Trade pink in celebration. When you look at who supports this absurd, inhumane measure of killing a fully viable baby, it is about 15% or less. So they are motivating 85% of the American people when they do things like 19 times blocking a vote in the House for a Keep Alive bill, keeping a baby alive outside of the womb. Purportedly, those Democrats agree with the governor of Virginia that you can now commit infanticide. This is sick, and they are quickly becoming the party of the 1%, the 1% who support infanticide.
Kerry, I just got a few seconds left, but it's, it's one thing to argue for choice. It's not really choice. We see, it's not a choice for the infant in the womb. It's a whole other thing to argue for unlimited abortion. I mean, can they possibly turn back after the primary and turn back in the general on this?
No way, Dan. Just think about it. The whole idea of arguing third trimester abortions on a national stage, the details of going into that, I don't see it. And frankly, I only see the Democrats going away from it.
No, I agree. Thanks. We really appreciate it. You both were great.